First Blood was directed by Ted Kotcheff and stars Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo. In a simple story, John Rambo goes up against a small town's corrupt sheriff and his deputies after an incident occurs earlier in the film that triggers Rambo in the head. Rambo Last Blood comes out this weekend, so I may as well review the very first Rambo movie, First Blood. It came out in the 1980s, and this was deemed as an action film starring one of the best action stars of all time, Sylvester Stallone. And as John Rambo in this movie, he is possibly at his very best. John Rambo is looked at as a very iconic character in the action genre, and it says a lot that this might be a better performance for Sylvester Stallone over that of Rocky. He is great as this character, and nobody else could ever play the character as good as him. I did watch First Blood last night. It was nice getting a little refresher on this movie, and the film has a very basic plot, but it's still extremely complex. It doesn't matter how basic this movie might get at points in time, it's still a complex movie focusing on a man who has gone through so much with the Vietnam War that the movie does so much to make you care about this character and everything going on with him in the movie. And First Blood is one of many movies that has a basic plot but is much deeper on the inside. Following the character John Rambo throughout First Blood, there is a high amount of intensity where you are on the edge of your seat. You're wondering, will this character survive? Can he get out of this mess? And will he get his revenge? The intensity captured in this film, you don't get it too often in movies these days. Predator is another movie where it is very similar in terms of plot and intensity and does so well. I mean, these movies seriously knew how to make a movie of this genre, and they nailed it. A lot of movies in the 80s are great in the filmmaking department, and along with great filmmaking with First Blood, the movie is also great in the action department and reminds us why 80s action movies are fantastic, including this scene.
Hell is...
Yeah, that is just awesome. I could watch that probably 100 times on repeat. I will never forget the moment John Rambo did that to a police officer. But is this really an action movie? There isn't even that much action, but it's still said to be an action movie. I don't know, but that's what makes this movie so cool. You don't know exactly what it is. There's those blurred lines. It could be one genre, it could be another type of genre. The soundtrack in First Blood is perfect. With every passing scene, the soundtrack flows so well. They were able to put together the best music possible for a movie like First Blood. First Blood's soundtrack has got to be considered one of the best soundtracks coming from the 1980s in film. So First Blood is a pretty freaking sweet movie. Sylvester Stallone might give his best performance of all time. There's so much to love when it comes to First Blood. My only big problem stemming from First Blood is how the film wraps up. I feel like they could have given us a tad bit more. The movie's climax is not the best they could have done, in my opinion, had they given us just a little bit more in terms of action, as well as more development for the character of John Rambo. I know we get some of that in the later films, but there should have been more in this movie with that character. I don't feel like this movie reaches its peak with John Rambo's development. Just a tad bit more with him, and the action would have been nice. The film's ending is a bit anticlimactic. Beyond that, I think First Blood is absolutely one of the best 80s films to date. I love this movie, and I think it's close to perfect. I'm giving First Blood a 92%. If you have not seen it yet, do yourself a favor and watch First Blood, because after all, there is a new Rambo movie, Rambo 5, coming out this weekend, and it's probably not going to be very good. So That's pretty cool, but at least we do have the first movie, First Blood, to watch every single day for the rest of our lives. Alright, and if you're the man and have seen First Blood, be sure to let me down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.